To confirm the rumors, it's true. National Life Group is coming out with an Instant Decision Simplified IUL. And when is that happening? You'll be able to run illustrations and submit applications on September 20th.
Hi, everybody. Grady Polson. Welcome to the America Agency. Grady Polson, welcome to the America Agency Call. I am so excited to have Mr. Devon Martin on with us. Our head of sales, our fearless assassin in getting underwriting pushed through and contracts resolved. Our partner, right? We have a number one IUL carrier partner, and that is NLG, headed by Devon Martin. I was fortunate and blessed to spend a couple days with him a couple weeks ago out in Dallas, got to see their beautiful facility, meet the CEO, and learn all about the product that he's going to unveil for us today, the Rapid Protect IUL. That is, and he'll go through the details, but I'm so excited because the transition that our company has had from a 90+% mortgage protection based company, and then to see that transition happen, interest rates go up, mortgages and refinances go down. You know what FFL does? We're survivors. We go, well, IULs are phenomenal products. Let's learn how to sell those too. And now all of a sudden we're 35, 40, 50% of our total production as a company, going to do $800, $900 million as a company this year is IULs. And our only goal is to grow that with NLG. And so I'm so excited. Everybody's excited to be on here, and I can't wait to hear more about it. So Devon, how you doing today, brother?
Doing well, Grady. How are you, man?
I'm just living the dream, baby. Living the dream.
I thank you for the intro, and I thank you because I never thought I would know what it feels like to experience 70 texts coming in at once. So I didn't know if it was Taylor Swift's engagement or what was going viral, more her news or those texts, because that was really interesting, dude. I think my watch self-destructed. So
good job, everybody. Thank you.
I appreciate you, Grady, and I appreciate everybody on the call. For those of you that don't know me, Devon Martin. For those of you that have not been selling NLG for some weird reason, I know that's about to change. For everyone that was on the call this morning, this will be a little bit of rinse and repeat, but I'm probably going to go into a little bit more depth on certain things. But to confirm the rumors, it's true. National Life Group is coming out with an Instant Decision Simplified IUL. And when is that happening? You'll be able to run illustrations and submit applications on September 20th, Saturday.
Just Saturday? So if anything goes wrong, your Saturday is cooked. So we're going to make...
That's IT's problem.
Nothing will go wrong. That was, I'm saying it so that doesn't happen. That's right. It's going to be smooth.
Let's manifesting it.
Perfect. November 20th.
Yeah, all the communication will say September 22nd, but that's because agencies don't work on weekends like you guys do. So Saturday it'll go live.
Awesome.
Let's dig into the specifics. So why would you sell National Life Group Simplified Issue Instant Decision IUL all over the other carriers? It goes back to our typical story, 100% mutual, been around since 1848. But let's give you more specifics from there. So share screen. Window. Yeah. Okay. Can you guys see the window itself? Yeah.
Not yet.
No.
Yep. Now we can. Perfect.
Cool. All right. So this is kind of a one-stop shop, if you will. So let's go through the specifics. So you can be as young as 2 weeks old and out of the hospital. That's one specific advantage with us, because I know a lot of people are at youngest age 18. So we're ages 0 to 60. And we go up to $500,000. I know a lot of my competitors who I respect go up to 450. We go up to $500,000. And I want to be clear, this is in addition to what we already offer in the Index Universal Life space. And I give a huge shout out to you all at Family First Life, because you were a huge part in making us consider this. We are now in a space and in a market that we have not been in before. And I'm excited, very excited, probably more than anybody, because it gives us an even bigger opportunity to have a good relationship and earn more of your business that we've been really hungry for. So ages 0 to 60, face amount 50,000 to 500,000, and you still get all the accelerated benefit riders. And I want to be clear on the words because it's very important. Living Benefits has all your fertility journey rider, your guaranteed income riders, X, Y, and Z. Accelerated benefit riders That's your cancer, heart attack, stroke, terminal illness, critical injury. The accelerated benefit riders are on this product as long as your clients are standard non-tobacco or better in health. With that said, this product not only allows you to go up to $500,000 and gives you all the accelerated benefit riders, it's in all states besides New York. And also, the writing agent who sells this policy gets an additional 10% commission on this product.
I like that. I like that. Drop a 10 in the chat below if you're excited about 10% comp bump. Come on now.
So this product specifically, not the fully underwritten chassis, but this product specifically pays the writing agent 10% more. We do not have weekly pay. We do not have daily pay. It's still going to be weekly pay. And I want to cover some hot topics because I know that this will come up when you guys start selling. So the initial premium, you guys cannot do delayed bank draft. Whenever the policy issues, the initial premium is going to draft the day after the policy issues. There's no delaying the payment. Future payments, you're able to choose whatever draft date that you want, but the initial premium is going to draft the day after the policy issues, period. Index allocations. You have to choose your index allocation inside of the illustration. People ask me very often, what should I choose? I will always tell you next year what you should have chosen today. There's no way to predict the market. Most people like the S&P 500, but you do have to choose the interest crediting allocation inside of the illustration. And as far as selling this product, it's no different what you already do when you sell a National Life Group policy. You're going to fill out the illustration and you're going to click the button that allows you to go to the application. The application is maximum 27 questions. And that's if you answer yes to a few questions. The most amount of questions you're going to be asked is 27. And again, that's if you answer yes to all the medical questions. So the application process is significantly shorter. And I'll take you to the very end or to the finish line of when you fill out the application. When you're submitting the application with your client, at the end of the app, it's going to say one of three things. Congrats, you're approved. Sorry, you're denied. Or you might qualify for a fully underwritten product, but you don't qualify for this one. So you guys are able to apply with the Flex Life, the fully underwritten, if you get that message saying that they're not eligible for the Rapid Protect product. We just have to take a closer look at the client, and we might be able to offer them coverage with the fully underwritten program. The other very important thing, and can you guys see Grady, can you see the PowerPoint in front of you now?
No, we still see the PDF.
Okay, sweet. Let me stop sharing here. Let me show the PowerPoint. Share. Turned off my camera. Share screen, entire screen. All right, PowerPoint in probably a few seconds, yeah?
Bingo.
Sweet. Okay, so in California, you have
it full screen so we can, or however you want to do it, just because it's on a small screen and some people are like watching on their phone, so the bigger we can make it,
of course,
better.
Man. Anything for you, Grady.
There you go. Now we're cooking with butter, says Paula Dean. Sorry.
So here's the specs. I'll leave the specs up here really quick just so we get kind of all the cards on the table. So ages 0 to 60, a 15-year surrender schedule, but a 15-year guaranteed no lapse period as long as they make those payments. And no shocker, you cannot do this in the state of New York. I don't know when we're going to have it, but it is in all other 50 states. As far as California, so people that sell in California, which is a majority of us, I'm going to make it bigger in just a second. This is very, very important. You have to select yes to the chronic illness rider. So the accelerated benefit riders have no cost, but in the state of California, you have to change this option to yes in the illustration in the e-app. If you don't choose it as yes and you submit the application, they're not going to have that living benefit. The other thing I was going to say is whenever you're filling out the application, it does default to the beneficiary as the estate. So you can't change the beneficiary inside of the electronic application. It defaults to the estate. If they want to change it, they just simply log into the portal and online, and they can change their beneficiary there. Zooming out from that, those are basically the key points and takeaways of the Instant Decision IUL. I'm going to pause and pass the mic back over to Grady because he's really good at segue and asking additional questions. So Grady, floor is yours.
Yes. Well, thank you. I mean, so micro things we need to be aware of, right? S&P 500, choose interest allocation, max 27 questions. What's min? 15, 22? What's minimum question?
Less than 15. I want to say it's 11 or 12 minimum.
Because I'm going to sell with that. I'm going to sell on 11 question IUL but I mean, 11 question IUL is absolutely freaking unreal. So, and then we can immediately apply for Flex Life, because that would be a question, right? Is if I go to apply this product, does the information carry over to the new app, or does it pop up? Do I just go, it just says you're eligible and then I got to start again?
Correct.
Okay. And something for the dev team, just something for the dev. We can send an email off to the, would be a thought. But okay. And then the last thing you said, these are quirks. Now, will there be like a cheat sheet of quirks that we can get that we can summarize this to, like the California chronic illness rider must be checked? Yes. Those are some ancillary things that I want to make sure that, these agents don't lose.
So yes, with an asterisk, I will say the stuff I told you won't be in the marketing flyers itself, just in that entire deck. So basically my words are the big takeaway. With that said, if you wanted to know literally everything about it and have it be a one-stop shop, this is the QR code right here. So if you take a picture of this, this will literally tell you everything in the QR code. It has the agent resources, the client resources, the FAQs. This will be what you're looking for, Grady, to answer your question.
The email you sent me, Zach and Andrew, this morning had 5 documents in it. Am I good to share all those 5 documents?
Yep, absolutely, man.
And does that was that encapsulate what we went over just now?
Yes, it does. Yeah, and this sheet, it would take you to all that information.
Perfect. We will post in Slack and email out those documents after this call, just so everyone can go to Fulfill America Slack. We'll put all that stuff in there. Okay, so tell us comparisons, right? I mean, I don't know if we have 100% comparisons yet. There's 2 other carriers that have a simplified issue IUL that we write an absolute ton of business. And I remember when we first talked about this, was it this year, last year? I remember I was in Colorado having this conversation with you.
Ignite's when we had some definitive discussions.
The conversation was, you were like, so should we make another fancy IUL, or should we go this direction? Or maybe it was, should we make another fancy IUL? And I was like, Devon, FFL, the greatest company that sells insurance in the world, partnered with the greatest, biggest company that sells insurance in the world, Integrity, sells a lot of middle America, right? Once you get a little bit of money, everybody wants your business, right? All the fancy brokerage houses, big fancy policies, but we service, middle America predominantly. People that love their kids, they work hard, they just need some guidance, right? And that is, fortunately for us, 100, 150 to 175 million people. And so we made that decision. I don't know how much influence I had, but I gave you some insight. I was like, that's who we want. That's what we need more of. And so that's where you came up with this phenomenal product. And I love 2 weeks to 60, because I got IULs on all of my children as soon as we could, right? Because I wanted the compound effect to take into consideration. And then this small payment I put in could then pay for their college, or give it to them as a benefit for their first house, or I'll just take it if they're, a bunch of idiots and they make bad decisions. I'll say, sorry, it's my money anyway, so I'm going to keep it. But I love what you've built here. So talk about market comparisons, market pricing. I mean, what are we doing? Why would we go here instead of what the agents are already comfortable selling? And I know NLG, stability, been selling insurance since before the light bulb, and I love you, but let's convince them on more than that.
Yeah, and you guys already know yourselves. I'm probably just going to say things that'll make it top of mind. I mean, think about all the reasons that you already sell a National Life Group product. We only had fully underwritten, even though it was non-medical before, but it's easy to sell my company because of the history. To give a specific example, we paid out claims when the Titanic happened. We've been around since 1848. We're 100% mutual. I know we hear those things all the time, but they matter. Being a mutual company, we're not looking at the cost of insurance after issue and taking it from our policyholders to give anybody a raise or throw our name on a Super Bowl commercial. We really hold ourselves to a high integrity when it comes to our renewal rates at the company. So all the reasons that you already sell us are just in addition to this. So why would you sell us instead of the other instant decision carriers? It's kind of finding your specific niche at the end of the day. A big one would be underwriting. We are pretty lenient in the underwriting space. And at the end of the day, all roads lead to Rome, right? So the caps, the rates, the riders, they all end up being somewhat similar, but specific to the accelerated benefit riders, we have the highest maximums in all states, no question. So when you're selling face amounts, and by the way, as far as I know, the highest instant decision face amount is 450,000, where we are $500,000. So that right there gives us an opportunity to tackle business that you guys are already selling. So it's the company's history, it's our accelerated benefit riders, and it's the service after issue as well. I honestly didn't think that our smartphone application was that big of a deal, but I have a lot of agents coming up to me, even other carrier reps, asking me about the smartphone application for the client and the agent. So that right there is a huge opportunity, especially when it comes to servicing your business as well. And again, I actually did a lot of comparisons between our fully underwritten product and this one. The cash values aren't significantly different. Of course, a fully underwritten product is going to be a little bit better, if not better, than a simplified issue. But I ran the numbers, and they're really not that different at the end of the day. And I stole this from Andrew Taylor, but Andrew said this is kind of the Amazon experience of getting a life insurance policy. You get it quick, you don't have to go back and forth with an underwriter. So to land this plane, it's the history of the company, and you said it, you make me happier. And it's the service and bells and whistles that you get with this product. And we're giving the writing agent a 10% bump in this product as well.
All positive things. One of the things that caught my ear was lenient underwriting. And I don't know if any of you guys are out there writing a lot of insurance, but those are two very powerful words that we all appreciate. Yes, comp bump, etc. So excellent. So let's talk about a lot of people love to do is go get the client on, then they'll have a quick conversation about the values of an IUL. And then a lot of agents are pivoting to a product like a Zoom, but predominantly even crank wheel, where they're going to show. Does this product come with the same beautiful first, second page illustration that your other products do?
Yep.
Those are impactful things, right? When we share a bunch of other companies, they have a small pop-up or a line down here in the corner, yet we still sell a ton of them. But you have, as far as a premium, that's a good word, a premium IUL experience, that is what we've generally leaded towards an NLG type product for. But now, if we have a simplified issued product, just making sure we have those same sales aspects. Is that all similar?
That's all similar. And you don't have to use WinFlex to run an illustration if you hear what I'm saying. You can go into Foresight and go right into EAP.
I hear exactly what you're saying. Now, are you going to be in Integrity Connect with this product as well?
Yes, those conversations are being had. Full transparency. I don't know if that's happening out the gate, but my IT department is talking with their IT department about language I don't understand, but the answer is yes, soon.
Awesome. Okay. While Devon and I continue to talk, any questions you guys have about the product, about NLG, about comparisons? What are questions you have? This is over 300 people on this call excited about this product, Devon, which is so fun to see people excited about NLG, IULs, higher comp, lenient underwriting, 2 weeks to 60 days. But what questions do you guys have as producers and things that we can dig into and offer? Because I just want it to go live so that people can start selling it. NLG is now on our bonus program at 100%. So that's a pretty cool thing for any of you agency managers and producers. FFL, our great company, has a producer bonus. So once you hit 20,000 of issue paid volume from bonusable carriers, you get a bonus all the way up to 150,000 and higher. People are getting anywhere from $1,000 to $20,000 additional producer bonuses for selling our bonusable carriers. And NLG being at 100% puts us in a place where you get paid more for protecting the clients with products you love. So let's go. Jamie has a question. Simple, of course. Is underwriting the same as fully underwritten, or is it a little different? Like how far would it be askew? But I want to answer that, but I want to talk for 2 seconds as you use the word Amazon experience on insurance. Simplified issued insurance is insurance for people that don't want to get poked, prodded, pee in a cup, have a stranger come to their house and make them pee in a cup and poke and prod them. And they're people that want insurance quickly. They buy things online. They want a high quality, quick experience. Now, for a higher quality, quick experience where you don't get poked, prodded, pee in a cup, have a paramedic, et cetera, there's going to be an increase in cost. It's not dramatic. It is a small increase in cost. But that is the world we live in, because we understand we live that. And here's a great line. And if you take one thing from this call, take everything Devon said. But if you take a seventh thing from the call, take what I'm about to say, is that the number one product in America that we sell, that anyone sells, is convenience. That's the number one product in America. People buy convenience. And we reflect all the way back to our conversation with about Amazon. That is convenient. That is ideally convenient as I order a chair and socks from Amazon, and it will be at my house before I get home from work. And that's a pretty cool thing. So circling back around, we're talking about, general questions, and it's a great question, Jamie. Let's just start with that. And then how lenient is the underwriter? Maybe we can double that. Is the underwriting the same as fully underwritten, or if they have cancer, no, they're not going to get approved. How would you answer that? Politically correct.
I would be answering it in a very confusing way and say it's same, but it's also different. This is the journey. The underwriting questions are a lot less. I'm talking a lot less. We're still going to make sure that the client is insurable, but we're asking the least amount of questions in order to make sure that they're approved with the policy. So it's a lot less questions, Jamie. I will say, I should have showed this as well. I'm just going to quickly share the knockout questions because that's important. So that might answer this more definitively. And then I'll answer the lenient part as well. Grady, you can see the PowerPoint, yeah?
Now we can, yes. What's up,
so
Jenna?
Grady, you are responsible for this slide, by the way, Grady. I gave your feedback because you broke down to me the opportunity of where we're missing in the market as a company by not having a simplified issue product. And you're responsible for this purple little graph right here, or pie chart, if you will.
Awesome.
Okay, these are your knockout questions, and I will make it bigger. Just give me 1 second. So, Jamie, this will kind of be the biggest difference. So when you're filling out an application, in full transparency again, we are not going to tell you that you're approved or denied until you fully submit the application. With that said, these are your knockout situations or your knockout questions. So if any of these are yes, it's more than guaranteed that your client's not going to get approved for this policy.
So even skin, even melanoma or heart attack. I mean, a heart attack. I mean, if they're under 60 and they had a heart attack 15 years ago, they're probably seeing a cardiologist. They're on some sort of blood thinner or something to help regulate. Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm reflecting, like emergency room visit, no self-harm, any diagnostic test in the past 3 months, colonoscopy, except for colonoscopy, pap smear, mammogram. Okay, single felony conviction or less than 1 year since misdemeanor probation. Okay, I mean.
And let's double click on some of these for a second. So this is not saying that your clients are going to get knocked out if they went to the emergency room. You could roll your ankle and have to go to the emergency room, right? But you guys still got to disclose information. That's still important, just like it is on the fully underwritten space. And I'll give you an example as far as how we're lenient, and it can also adjust this as well. As long as it's been 5 years or longer since your last treatment of cancer, we can potentially consider insuring you at National Life Group. So 5 years plus or longer since a heart attack or a stroke, assuming everything else checks out, you're going to be insurable with National Life Group. And the other thing too is diabetes. As long as you're diagnosed after age 20, you can potentially get a policy with National Life Group. That's another specific advantage that we have as well.
When you say policy, you mean maybe a fully underwritten policy, not the Rapid Protect product that has a knockout list.
Correct. Yep.
So
yep.
We still want your business. Just this product it's got some limitations. Now here's a secret, guys, and I want to get through all these questions. Thank you for participating. If we sell a lot of it within the regulations at which we currently have, there's flexibility in the future, right? They probably just spent, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, $50 million developing a product for us. And now they just need to see usage in it. And then as usage progresses, as people use it, clients get it, persistency's high, placement's high, all those things happen. Then we go, hey, can we adjust this a tiny bit? And then, Devon goes to a meeting and says, hey, we've got this giant group that sells a ton of this product. They're asking for a small favor. And so, but as we progress. So, all right, let's just go back up. We're going to rip through these questions. Thank you guys for participating. Let's see. Will the death benefit ever go above 500K if they have increasing? Oh, will the death benefit go above 500 if they have an increasing death benefit? Great question.
At issue, it'll be $500,000 at most, but obviously once your death benefit grows by the cash value, it can be higher. So after issue, yes, once it grows by the cash value.
That's a mature question right there. That's a mature. Good job, Stephen. If I wrote a policy today with an effective date of 10/1, they would need to pay the first premium on approval versus on their effective date.
So speaking to the instant decision, you're not going to write it with an effective date of 10/1. If you write the application today and it issues, it's going to have to draft the next day, period. So there is no advanced dating with the instant decision.
Okay. And as we sell more, there's potential to change these things.
Day 2.
Okay. Is it available in New York?
No.
We have an answer. No. Oh, there's just so many questions.
The
Help me
death
out, Jade. Will you go?
the
All right.
death benefit is up to 500,000 age 60. That's correct. I heard you say 2 weeks to 60 days. I heard you say 2 weeks to 60 days. Oh, sorry. So 2 weeks old as a baby and out of the hospital, that's the youngest you can be to get a policy with National Life Group. So I'm at least 2 weeks old, I'm out of the hospital. That's the youngest. Up to age 60, so 60 years old.
Okay, this is a great question. If someone gets declined and sent to, and we then pivot to fully underwritten, does that affect our persistency?
So words are important. I'm going to talk about placement. So I begged and pleaded for my company to have two different reports when it comes to placement. You're going to have a different placement category for the instant decision than you are the fully underwritten. So Haley, the answer is yes, but my eyes won't be on you as much with placement as much on the fully underwritten side as far as the simplified issue, because it's not touching underwriters and it doesn't cost us as much money. Persistency, guys, is how long policies are paid for after they've been issued. So placement is how many policies issued, and then persistency is how long they stay on the books after they're issued.
Okay. In that regard, Guy, it's so important and crucial to ask your client questions, challenge their questions, and then ask them questions again. Mary, what are you taking? What have you taken? And what have you been prescribed but chosen not to take? It is your time, it is your money, it is your business, it is your placement of persistency, is all these things. And the clients are going to tell you as little as possible because they're trying to get insurance. They love their family, they want to get insurance. They don't want to not get insurance, but you have to level with them and say, tell me the truth on this situation so I can go to bat for you. And maybe this isn't the best product and situation for that specific client, and you then don't put it here. But that's our job, right? If things are getting declined, it's because we didn't ask the hard enough questions, right? We didn't challenge them appropriately. So great. So Devon, as you know, we have a massively exploding Latino group. And so this great question comes from Tatiana. What about non-US citizens and green card holders? How does that apply to this product?
So you can do 10 numbers and everybody on the fully underwritten side. You have to have a social security number on the instant decision. And here's why. We're not able to look into medical databases with the amount and what we need to, like we can with social security numbers. So social security numbers gives us much more exposure. We're not able to look at what we need to with the limited underwriting done in order to do that with 10 numbers. By the way, I challenged this and threw a fit and they showed me the numbers. Less than 4% of FFL's volume actually issues with 10 numbers. So I thought that number was a lot higher. Granted, that's not a small number, but I don't want us to feel defeated because that is, again, a day two potential fix, but you have to have a social on the instant decision product.
Correct. Access to MIB reports, access to driving records, access to health history, all the things. That's why they need the social. Excellent. So if client is rejected, can we immediately perform, go into the Flex IUL, or would you have to wait?
If the client's denied on Rapid Protect, don't submit it with Flex Life. If the client gets the message saying that they're ineligible for Rapid Protect, you can submit it to Flex Life whenever you want.
How is it? Is it a pop-up window? Is it red? It's going to say declined, and then it's going to say ineligible. So those are so approved, declined, or ineligible. Those are the three responses you will get at the end.
Correct.
Clarity. Correct. All right, yes. Guys, we're getting all the answers. All right. What about cancer that was like 20 years ago and no further issues?
Bingo. Perfect. Fine. No issue whatsoever. Yep.
Okay. Question: can it be simplified IUL restructured? Can the simplified IUL product be restructured at any point?
So the answer is yes. If you're within the rewrite period, meaning 120 days from when it was signed, you can change whatever you want. Other than that, if you want to lower the face amount, you have to wait 1 year after it's issued. So to answer your question, Bridget, yes, but it depends on what you're asking about restructuring.
Excellent. Do parents need to have coverage if we insure the child?
Nope. Good question. So, and Veronica, yes, it's in Pennsylvania. The parents don't have to. Here's the National Life Group rule. And by the way, this isn't just for instant decision. This is all of our products. If the children are applying for life insurance coverage, in any scenario, they can get up to $500,000 in coverage in any scenario whatsoever. Okay. So parents need to have coverage.
Other companies do require that. So this is, we've got a good, sharp group on here, bro. This is good. And one of my favorite people on planet Earth just asked a question. Bill Ha, who I had the great pleasure of having on our call last week, who absolutely is an unbelievable IUL producer. And you guys all need to go watch that recording. She said, will previous declines be considered for this product?
So I first want to give a shout out to Bill Ha as the #1 FFL producer at National Life Group. She actually qualified for our trip where you have to do $1 million within 1 year, and she qualified. So Bill Ha, you are amazing. Appreciate you. It depends on the decline. So if your clients are declined, the underwriter will say either, sorry, you can't get coverage, or they might say something along the lines of, we can't offer you coverage right now, but in 12 months, maybe reapply. So if you get a message like that, Bill Ha, potentially, but if they're just flat out declined, probably not. As far as DUIs go, Meg, 1 DUI in the last year, probably not. Multiple within 3 years, probably not. Other than that, it depends. It's a case by case. So not a knockout unless it was within 1 year. Yeah, so Simon, you can absolutely get more than 1 IUL. There is no limit. We just have to make sure that you can afford it. If you can't afford your Netflix bill, you're probably not going to afford your life insurance bill. So, certain income and net worths come into play as well. Luana, you don't need a client ID. You just need to plug in the driver's license and information, everything as well. The great leader, 5+ years since your last treatment of cancer, usually you're okay. And I want to be clear, don't think just because you're cancer free after 5 years that you're insurable, because you could also have diabetes and smoking cigarettes. I'm speaking to that one specific condition. So Rachel, they do have to have equal coverage. And as far as children, we're talking about younger than 18. They have the same amount of Christmas presents. They have to have the same amount of insurance at the end of the day. Signature process, email, text, or face-to-face. I want to be very clear on this because this has changed since COVID. In order to click face-to-face, the client has to physically be in front of you. This is very important. Your client has to physically be in front of you to click face-to-face. You guys do a lot of virtual sales. Just choose the text option. It's very quick and very easy. There's no waiver for military people, but we do ask additional questions. But military is usually okay.
Flying through them. There's Digna.
I believe her.
That's awesome. And to hear, I mean, as big as her group is, to hear only 4% is ITIN. It's fantastic. I mean, her team is just exploding. So
to be fair, her and Juan are probably 3.9% of that 4%.
It's true. That's true. Okay. So, I mean, to help for some clarity, the more things your client has going on, the more it affects underwriting and approval, right? You've got a 22-year-old girl who runs marathons, takes no medications. She's going to be fine. You've got a 56-year-old man who's had health issues and a DUI 17 years ago and a cancer scare and has, takes class. I mean, so it's a compound effect of things, right? Does it mean we don't want the clients that have challenges? No, we definitely do, because at our company, we have a solution for everyone. So we want the people with challenges. We want the people that have things going on, because we can definitely find a solution for them and we can fight to get them approved. But just so you're aware, it's not like NLG, they don't like me. They keep declining my business. No, you keep not asking hard questions to get all the answers on what your client has going on and submitting them to products that they don't already qualify for. So that's why it's so grateful to have you guys on here learning about this. But all right, final questions. We'll round this up. Get Devon on. I know he's got calls after calls after calls. But let's see. What does Bridget say here? She said, I apologize. So if an individual is receiving immunotherapy, I imagine that is a knockout. Probably, yes. Is it still full advanced comp? Yeah, let's talk about comp again, David. So still full advanced comp to us as agents if we write immediate family members still with this product?
Yep, it's no different at NLG. Yourself, your son, your daughter, your sister, that crazy aunt at Thanksgiving, it's no different as far as the advance goes.
Correct. So it's full advance.
Yep.
Got it. And leads, them too, full advance. Veterans that have a disability from the military. Did you cover that already, or are they asking it again?
I did. It depends. It just depends on the disability. Like if you're working, you have an earned income, normal life expectancy, or if you're on a lot of medication and you can't leave your home, it's different. So it just depends. It comes out September 20th on Saturday.
Awesome. Devon, grateful, excited, impressed that a company of your guys' size, stature, and $700 million giant company goes, you know what? We're going to see what's needed in the market and we're going to make a product for it. And that's where you go. You're going with the times. You want to take care of FFL, which we're grateful for. And we've got big goals, guys, to grow this product, grow with Devon. Our goal as a company is 75 million next year with NLG. And to help kick that off, Devon's going to announce a quick little fun incentive. You want me to announce it? You and I, you're a quick incentive for just our team. So this is just for our agency, going forth from basically when the product launches to the end of the year.
So you guys can thank Grady for this, and I want to give Grady a huge round of applause because I said it in the beginning, the best marketer in the insurance industry, no question. So you guys can thank him for this. So we're going to take the top 10 agents, whoever do at least $30,000 in target premium from now until December 31st. We're taking the top 10 above that, and we're going to take you guys to a nice lunch and or dinner come convention time.
We're getting steaks, right? We're going out for steaks.
It depends on the 10 people, but if they're vegan, I don't want to do that to them, Grady.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right. We're going out to eat. We're going to go out to eat. We're going to hang out. Devon's going to get us all we're going to get you some NLG swag, and we're going to have an awesome time. Yeah. Top 10 producers from our agency at convention. So we're going to go out to eat, top 10, go crush it with this product. Let's have some fun. And I'm just so grateful for NLG, for Devon, for the investment, for our company, and for you guys to continue wanting to get better. Thank you for joining us today. But I don't want to close out. I want you, any final thoughts you've got on this, the industry, FFL, etc.
The last thing I was going to say is this. So yes, we have this brand new product and it's very exciting. Don't forget about the fully underwritten space, because just remember, there's people out there who have moms, who have kids. Think about if it's your mom or your child or your brother or your sister. There's going to be times where a fully underwritten product is still the best fit for the client. Don't just submit an instant decision to get a quicker commission. And also, the fully underwritten products pay higher target premium with an apples to apples comparison. So that's my only challenge to you guys. Don't automatically stop writing fully underwritten business just because this doesn't touch an underwriter. Just remember, every client's different. That's my only kind of takeaway for you guys.
I love it. Perfect. Devon, always a pile of wisdom. It's like a sage. I think sage wisdom. Yeah. Always awesome, brother. Thank you so much. As far as carrier, I don't even want to call you carrier rep. Like it's such like a, you're calling Verizon and you got to complain about your bill. Like I'm not you're not like a Verizon. You're like our carrier partner. Like just like NLG, you're our teammate. You're on this team with us on this mission to protect families, make money, and go out there and conquer the world. So we appreciate you, bro. Thank you for this. Thank you for the time. Everyone, please drop some TY DMs, your favorite. Just slam the keyboard, light it up. Show Devon we appreciate him. And brother, thank you again. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Grady. Take care, guys. Appreciate you.